Tomorrow, the nation's top law enforcement officer will make a major announcement in Minnesota. U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland will share the findings of a federal investigation into the Minneapolis Police Department. That investigation began more than 2 years ago, the day after a former officer was convicted of murdering George Floyd. WCCO's David Schuman is here to explain what tomorrow's announcement could mean for the state's largest city. David.
Garland is expected to announce a consent decree, a legally binding order that would essentially have the Minneapolis Police Department answering to the Department of Justice. Community members here who were involved in the investigation see a consent decree as a significant step toward police accountability and a change of culture. The U.S. Attorney General will announce Friday the Department of Justice's findings on the Minneapolis Police Department. Investigators looked at use of force and discriminatory policing, as well as training and discipline.
It's sad that George Floyd had to die to make that happen, but I'm really, really pleased that this is at least a good outcome from his death, is that we now have an outside agency that's going to hold the city accountable.
Michelle Gross with Communities United Against Police Brutality helped gather thousands of testimonies for the DOJ to consider. The feds are now expected to put MPD under a legally binding consent decree.
You know, you've got to be able to own up to what this department has had a long history of, and you've got to be ready to say, that was the past and now we're going to do something different.
A consent decree would be a court order overseeing how MPD operates. It could affect training, policies, and more.
How are they to do actual policing? How are they to go through a neighborhood, stop vehicles, conduct searches? When can they use force? All of these things. And there are monitors who are appointed.
Gross says consent decrees have proven to be effective in other cities at reducing use of force incidents.
This is an ongoing process that'll last for some years. And that's okay, because it takes a long time to change a culture. It's a lot of work, but it's work that's very worthwhile.
We reached out to Mayor Jacob Fry and MPD today, but didn't hear back. The police union declined to comment. MPD is also currently under a separate court-ordered agreement resulting from a state investigation last year.
All right. Thanks, David. And when Attorney General Garland makes his announcement tomorrow, we will bring it to you live on WCCO and CBS News Minnesota.